I've been cosplaying since May of 2022.
Okay.
And I've been to, I believe I counted about 48 conventions.
I simply like blonde characters. And I was like, oh, bro.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Greetings, beautiful people. This is none other than I, your favorite AI-generated content curator, Paige Moon. We're at the manga lounge, so I have to be quiet. But I can't read this because it's in Japanese. Not because I'm illiterate. I wanted to get the perception that I'm well-read when I'm really not. Anyways, we're here for the 4 days of ALA, and I'm gonna do some vlog-style video filming where I kind of show around the con.
So that was a fucking lie.
As well as some interviews. Look forward to that. I'll see you guys later. Good to see you guys. For anyone that doesn't know who's watching, who you guys are cosplaying, and also where to find you guys, could you guys sort of like explain where to find you and who you're cosplaying?
Absolutely. I go by Solstice on the internet. I play card games professionally. My father is a world-time champion, and I am cosplaying Darth Revan from the ancient Sith times, Knights of the Old Republic.
I am Din Djarin, also known as the Mandalorian. I am William Glenn 8 on most websites, with the exception of Twitter, where I have to put an underscore in between.
That happens.
I'm a day trader, cosplayer, and a gamer, and soon streamer.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna stream in the getup?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
One of my goals is going to be Star Wars Bounty Hunter as the Mandalorian.
My God.
Good theme. All right, let's get into some questions. These days, a lot of Western IPs have anime adaptations. Is there any Western IPs that don't have an anime adaptation you personally like to see?
Oh gosh, they did the Star Wars one,
Yeah.
and that was fantastic. I would love, because they did the DC one,
Right.
I would love to see a Marvel
Oh.
Okay.
and or G.I. Joe.
Okay, yeah.
I think those
Any
are pretty
specific
good.
Marvel characters you'd like to see?
Not the Avengers. this
Not
time.
the Avengers.
I think we're done with the Avengers
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
little bit.
I think enough spotlight.
I would love to see the Inhumans.
The Inhumans.
Okay.
What about you?
I think The Walking Dead could be really cool.
The Walking Dead. Okay, yeah.
I don't have too much to say about that answer, not as much as he did, but The Walking Dead.
All right.
Not much.
How has your approach to cosplay evolved over time?
Wear comfortable clothing. I have learned so much from just being out here. This is not my first convention.
Right.
This is like my 25th convention.
25th convention. Wow.
I used to do this when I was a lot younger. My dad would take me all the time. I used to do this in full armor before they banned it. Wear comfortable shoes. He's got the hikers. I've got some New Balance foamies. It's grueling. You gotta walk around.
Right.
I think that's my only advice, really. Just comfortable.
For me, it is very much aesthetic over comfort. I've really just refined how I do the armor and stuff over time. I've gotten each piece more and more shiny every time I've remade it. Learned different materials, added different types of... I started learning leatherworking, I've done pneumatics, I've done electronics.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Tailoring,
I've learned
3D
sewing,
printing.
I've learned metalwork, I've built my friend's entire cosplay, learning all of the different ins and outs of all of the crafts, so you don't have to buy it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a favorite memory or moment from your cosplaying journey so far?
Oh, for me, it's really easy. Meeting Emaru at TwitchCon and then being in her cosplay contest, because Emmy got me into cosplaying.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
had
very
some really nice interactions with her in person, and she ended up knowing me by name at this point. Gave me a nice shout out during the cosplay contest, and I placed 7th out of about 800 entries.
I feel like when any big time cosplayer recognizes, one, gets you into it, and two, sort of recognizes you as you do it, it's like must be a very good feeling, right?
Yeah, it felt incredibly just good and also very validating.
Like your hard work has payoff.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the same boat. I followed back in the 2011s,
Okay.
and he was doing some very simple cosplaying, but he was dancing while he was doing it.
True. That's very unique at the time.
Yeah, very true. I'm a fencer. I do a lot of swordplay.
Okay, cool.
And I love Star Wars. So you're gonna see me out there later tonight swinging some lightsabers.
Alrighty. Have you ever thought about not just cosplaying in the US, but also cosplaying in other parts of the world?
Technically, I've cosplayed in Canada before.
Okay.
I just recently went to Toronto. I road tripped to Toronto to go to a convention and meet some friends. I'm pretty certainly going to go to Star Wars Celebration in Japan in April. I would like to bring it to Europe sometime, but there's no cons that have really appealed to me too much yet since I've started cosplaying in May of 2022, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. It's only been that long.
Yeah.
I met him at his first ever con.
Oh.
And then
Not my first ever con.
That's true. Not your first ever con, but your first ever cosplay con.
Yeah, so I have been going to conventions since 2013. I've been cosplaying since May of 2022.
Okay.
And I've been to, I believe I counted about 48 conventions.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. What do you personally think are the differences between cosplay culture in the States compared to, let's say, like, of Japan?
Cosplay in Japan is a bit more strict. It's a little more serious, but it's all respectful.
Right.
It's all about respect over there. The few times I've ever gone over there, it's been amazing. They're very respectful. They understand this is a toy, this is a prop. You're not gonna hurt someone with it. Over here, they just expect you to. They expect the worst, and therefore it is the letter of the law. So they are it looks less stricter here, but it really is to an emotional person. It could get pretty bad. The lines here specifically, the people that are checking weapons in, they accidentally snapped one of a little girl's weapon, and she was devastated. She looked heartbroken. So it definitely could be a little serious over here, but honestly, it's all fun.
I don't have too much to add on that one since I've only been to Canada and it's basically the same there as it is here.
Okay.
You're gonna love Japan.
Okay.
I hope you have like a great time at Star Wars Celebration Japan too. I'm surprised just how many people in Japan are big Star Wars people.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I haven't been able to attend a celebration in costume yet.
I went to Pokemon Worlds, the trading card game tournament. I had all of my Pokemon stuff, and they were so nice. So can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you
Very
can.
nice.
Anyways, those were my questions. Just spitballing, how many of the questions I asked 7, do you think were AI generated and questions that I came up with?
Ooh, a lot of them were very articulate. A lot of them felt very linguistically correct. So I'm gonna say 3 of them out of the 4 were written, and then 4 of them were AI. That's my guess.
I'm gonna guess, based on the fact that I'm going to assume that you are reading them word for word, I'm gonna say 3 AI generated.
Okay.
Ooh, 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Actually, you're correct. It's 3 questions that were AI generated and 4 written by me.
I'll never let this down.
Get
Would
ready.
you like to know which questions were the
Yeah.
AI generated ones? All right, the AI generated ones were the how has your approach to cosplay evolved over time?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory or moment from cosplaying journey, your cosplaying journey so far? And what's a dream cosplay project you'd love to attempt in the future? Those are all AI generated. You'd be surprised. They actually came up with really good questions. It made me really rethink the questions I wanted to ask as well.
The power of AI is very strong. It's the power of the internet in the palm of your hand and the palm of one question.
That's true.
So you really could get a lot of articulative, responsible answers out of something you never thought could be possible.
Absolutely. But the questions were great. Honestly, it felt like you were reading them for the first time.
It's true. I mean, I've read them like a few times, but I'm not like super familiar with them just because there's so many questions to get through. I have like different templates and stuff.
Yeah,
Confidence.
for sure.
It's all about confidence.
You're right. You're right. I have no more questions. However, this would be the perfect time if you guys have anything you guys want to sort of announce or some next projects or the next cons you guys are going to, anything like that. This is your time to say whatever you'd like to say.
He knows. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch starting this Friday. William Glenn 8. Hopefully going to be doing some cool collabs and stuff, but I can't talk about too much yet.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, check me out. Trying to get affiliate as fast as I can and partner hopefully not too far behind that.
I don't think it'd be too hard. You know, like a bunch of Star Wars fans are probably going to start flooding.
Oh, he's crazy.
That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, could you talk about who you made an armor piece for?
I could, but I don't like to use it too much. I like to use it in a personal conversation mostly.
Very respectful, very respectful.
Anything you'd like to add?
Thank you so much. Honestly, I don't have much going on for myself, other than I'm at most cons. I come here all the time. I record with whoever I can, collaborate with whoever I can. It's just meeting old friends, seeing new friends, and saying hi to all of them.
Gotcha. For anyone that doesn't know who you guys are cosplaying, and also who might not know who you guys are, could you guys sort of like introduce yourselves and also who you are cosplaying?
For sure. I am Kitty, also known as Pussifer Kitty on Instagram, or Pussifer with a 3 instead of an E on TikTok. I'm cosplaying Ada Wong from Resident Evil 4 Remake.
I'm ludewikt on Instagram and just about everything else, and I'm cosplaying Lily from Tekken 8.
All right, here is the thing. The questions have a bit of a theme. I have a few questions I've written down and a few questions that I asked ChatGPT. At the end, after every question, you want to guess if it's either AI generated or myself who wrote it, or at the end, if you want to guess how many were AI generated and how many were written by me.
Sounds fun. Yeah. Sweet.
I'll start the first one. What was your first convention in cosplay like versus what it's like now?
Do you want to go first?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I went to Anime Pasadena for my first convention in 2021, and I was cosplaying a female version of Psyche K. And I wasn't even wearing a wig. I was wearing like Converse, like just stuff like I threw in my closet. I dyed my hair hot pink. And it was actually really fun. However, one of the cosplayers we went with got canceled 3 months later, and I knew that shit was a word I can't say on here.
No, you can say it. Feel free to.
B word.
Feel free to say what you like.
She was very rude, and I knew it, and I called it.
Thank goodness for you. My first convention was Tucson Comic-Con, and I did a very botched Izuku Midoriya cosplay at that convention where I didn't have an outfit and I was wearing a unicorn onesie, which was the most unfortunate thing in the world. But you know, that was fun, very botched. Yeah.
What was the hardest decision to make between 2 or more cosplays, and which characters did you end up choosing?
The hardest one for me was probably either Mona from Genshin or Yaimiko from Genshin, and the deciding factor was because I'm doing Yaimiko with B right here.
Yes. I feel like Genshin cosplays are usually the ones where it's a deciding thing, especially because they're so expensive
and
they're
also
all
there's
in like
just so many characters.
It's
you gotta,
true.
You
There's
gotta,
way
like,
too many.
You gotta commit.
We're both big Genshin fans, so it's like we gotta get to it and get to the now. Yeah.
I get that. If you could step into the character's world for a day, any character, what would you want to experience or do?
Dude, I'd want to go into Resident Evil 4 Remake and kiss Leon Kennedy.
On the lips, hot on the lips.
Thank you.
That's fair. Yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
fair.
keeping it cohesive. If I was in Tekken, I'd be running my little butt away because I'm a spam clicker and I can't fight. So yeah.
I appreciate the honesty.
The honesty is good. Honesty is good.
What personal qualities do you feel you share with this character, and how does cosplaying them enhance the,
We're both Asian. We're both Chinese. And I don't know, she a baddie, and I like feeling like a baddie when I cosplay.
Kind of the same thing here. I love cats, and I'm French, and she's a badass lady. It's good.
It's
yeah.
fair, it's fair. You get to bring one anime character into the real world. How are you picking and why?
Hottest, baddest, biggest. Whoever is currently tickling my fancy, and I think it'd have to be Suguru Geto, Jujutsu Kaisen. That's my wife. That's my everything. I love him more than life. What about you?
Ooh. I'm gonna stick with Jujutsu Kaisen. I would definitely bring Choso to life, bro.
Choso.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness.
I can't even say the things I do.
Can't even say the things I do.
Okay, I like the honesty.
Yes.
What was your personal most challenging cosplay to tackle, and how did you get past the situation?
My most difficult cosplay was probably Barbados from Genshin Impact, which is just Venti in his Archon form. his cosplay has no shoes.
Oh, right.
So I was like, oh, I don't really want to be walking on the bare LA floors, you know. I think I will maybe try to make some invisible sandals, and then I ended up just walking around barefoot at the con. Luckily, I didn't get anything, so.
Thank
That's
goodness.
good.
No heroin needles for you.
That's a real concern.
It's
though.
a real
I mean,
concern.
yeah.
I would probably say that my most difficult to put together was the cosplay that I did yesterday. I did Yuffie from Final Fantasy and
nice.
made the shuriken, like enhanced the cosplay in a bunch of different ways, and it was good. It was good, but it was hard, and it took days. So that was great. A great process.
Dedication, and also when it's finished, it's great to see I did that, I made that. You know?
Definitely, the satisfaction was really, really nice. Yeah.
How is the cosplay community influenced? How has the cosplay community influenced or inspired your creativity?
Honestly, craftsmanship, like DIYs, like I didn't even know for like years that my friends tailor all their cosplays, they make their own props. I'm like, my turn. 4 years of cosplaying, my turn now. I started like I tailored this belt so that it would sit lower, because it's like, when it first comes, it sits up here.
Right.
So I just like enhanced it with like a ribbon and like burned holes in it so it would like blend in with the rest of the belt. But yeah.
I feel like, yeah, it's a belt, but like it sits so much lower on Ada,
It's
so
not
it's
really holding anything.
it's an aesthetic thing, you know.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say definitely makeup. Cosmetics and things like that have been like one of my favorite things to participate in. I love doing makeup so much, and so many other cosplayers who I like look up to have been like all of what is on my face right now. It's an amalgamation of like all of my favorites. So yeah.
Gotcha. What role do you think cosplay plays in bringing fans closer to the stories and characters they love?
Probably just like talking to other people that are like cosplaying in the same like anime as you, same show, same game, like just learning things from other people about like DLCs and stuff. Like I didn't know there was an Ada DLC for Resident Evil Remake 4.
It came out of nowhere too. To be
Literally.
fair. Yeah.
Her death scenes are so cool in that fucking game.
They are, yeah. Especially the laser one. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I would definitely agree. Just like opening up the realm of like more medias and more things to be interested in. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for my questions. How would you guys kind of guess how many of I asked 8 questions. Out of those questions, how many do you think were AI generated, and how many do you think were written by myself?
I'm gonna say 4. No, 3.
3?
3 were AI generated.
Final answer?
3.5.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Yep.
3.5?
I would say 4. I would say
4? It's actually 50-50. It is 4. 4 and 4.
I said that first.
Yeah.
You tried to stop me too. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you so much for doing this, agreeing to do this. This is the perfect time to sort of have your final thoughts, say anything you'd like, maybe what are your next projects, where could people find you next, that kind of stuff. This is the perfect time to say that kind of stuff.
We are both going to be at Anime Expo, same kind of area this year, so exciting stuff. But do you have anything?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
Can you explain to people that are watching who you are dressed as and who you are, how they can find you and whatnot?
Wonderful. Okay, I am dressed as Hilda from Fire Emblem Three Houses, specifically the main outfit from the DLC. It's canon.
It's canon.
I love her. It was my pandemic comfort game, and we're the same person, so I figured I'd make it happen. But I'm Sam. I do Maid Cafe stuff with Dreamland Maid Cafe, so this was very fitting for me. And I'm also super into fashion, and I use cosplay for like practice with like sewing. So this was a lot of hard work, but
it looks like it came together
Thank you.
really well. Yeah. All right. The premise of this video is actually I wrote a few questions like normal about cosplay and anime. However, the twist is I actually asked ChatGPT to come up with a few questions. At the end, I'll ask you how many questions you think I wrote and how many questions you think ChatGPT wrote.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha. And these are in no particular order. First question, what do you do for a living to support your cosplay?
Oh, I am still a student, so I am barely scraping by. I look for coupons and sales to get my cosplay supplies.
That's fair. Honestly, you can't really beat coupons and stuff. These days, a lot of Western IPs have anime adaptations. Is there any Western IPs that don't have an anime adaptation you'd personally like to see?
Okay, so when you say like Western IP, like what are like, give me an example.
Okay, well, just recently Terminator got an anime adaptation.
Okay.
I believe, what's another one?
There's like a Suicide Squad anime,
Yeah, there's
right?
that too.
So
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Oh goodness. Not to be a full-blown weeb, I don't know if I really watch a lot of Western stuff. I really like the show The Boys, and I think there's a lot of really interesting action, which looks great with practical effects.
Right.
But I think if they did it like with animation, like anime style, they could get really crazy.
There
with
is
it.
something kind of close. I think it's more cartoon than anime.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from comic books. So
Right.
I feel like there's crossover. They can make it
Yeah, I
work.
feel like there's definitely room for like an actual anime adaptation.
Agree.
If you could step into this character's world, the character you're dressed up as,
Okay.
for a day, what would you want to do and experience?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if I were to become Hilda, I would not want to go to battle, which is in character. She's very lazy and she just, don't make me do the work. So I'd probably just laze around at the monastery and eat fruit and go fishing.
I gotta say,
sorry.
Oh my.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the irony with the whole lazy maid. So
Yes. She's like honestly one of like the most broken fighters, but her whole thing is like, no, I'm too dainty. I can't do it. Don't
Gotcha.
give me this big heavy axe, but she's a tank.
do you have a favorite memory or moment from your cosplaying journey so far?
Well, can I cheat and say I made cafe one?
Sure.
Kind of cosplay. I was working at like an 18+ cafe event, and one of the people at my tables during like the opening dance number, you know, it's 18+, it's a little sexy. The guy had an actual nosebleed, like a true anime moment, and he had to run off to the bathroom to deal with the nosebleed. He didn't come back until the very end of the hour-long show.
Wow.
But it just made me laugh. Like an actual I didn't know that happened in real life.
I didn't think so either.
I thought it was an anime thing only.
Thank you for enlightening me. I guess I'll look out for that next time I see something like that happen.
Yeah, I know what you are.
What role do you think cosplay plays in bringing fans closer to the stories and characters they love?
At least for me personally, when there is a character that I love, I just want to become them.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
When you wear the outfit and you put on the wig and you look in the mirror and it's like, oh yes, I'm getting there. Like
Right.
like you are truly stepping into who that character is, and I think there's something so magical about that.
Right, yeah.
You know, like at least for me, like I love cosplaying characters that I relate to, so it feels very easy to step into that for me personally.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm there. I'm in my fantasy world.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the character.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think makes this character's design or personality stand out compared to others?
Oh my gosh, she's just so silly. I love silly characters, especially in a game like Fire Emblem that's so serious, and you know, there's war and it's kind of like a gritty world, but then you just have like a girl with pink hair who's like, hey guys, here's me and my giant axe, I guess.
Gotcha.
It just feels very grounded, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you don't want all your characters to just be one way. It's good to have like characters that kind of break that mold and give it more life, right?
It's very refreshing.
Yeah. My final question for you is, what do you think are the differences between cosplay culture in the States compared to the cosplay culture in like Japan?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, I've been to Japan, but I will say I was too scared to cosplay. I would have loved to, but I think, I don't know, at least in America, like people go to the grocery store in their pajamas and people don't really care.
Right.
So I feel like there's a lot less judgment if you're walking around in like a big pink wig and, you know, full body armor, right? If you do that in a country like Japan where, you know, everyone is meant to be a bit more assimilated, at least visually, I think standing out seems a bit more intimidating.
I feel like people don't oftentimes realize that even though Japan has anime and these animes, there's characters with different colored hair and like high schools and stuff. In reality, people in Japan are very standoffish to people that are different. And if you have different colored hair in school and stuff, it's like it could be kind of a big deal. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
But I think almost in a way, it almost encourages that like fringe culture to really develop in response to that, which I
Gotcha.
think is very cool. That's why there's like so much interesting fashion. Even if it's not the standard, it's still there as a result of that. which
Gotcha.
It's very fascinating to me.
My final question for you is, how many of the questions I asked you do you think were written by AI and myself?
Give me a total. How many questions were there total?
I believe there was about 9.
9.
Yeah.
Is this a trick question? Like, were they all AI?
No, it's nothing like
Okay.
that. Yeah, there's a good split.
Okay, I want to say there was like 3 from ChatGPT.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'll go 3.
Final? Okay. Close. It's actually 5 from ChatGPT, 4 from me. I feel like if I just showed this and if I didn't tell them which questions were AI and which questions were like my questions, I feel people can easily just mix the two.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be like anything consistent between
Right,
the
right.
ChatGPT questions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, thank you for doing this interview. This is a final thought thing. If you have any final thoughts you want to say, maybe the next place someone can come see you at like whatever con, the Maid Cafe, or even like where, like the next project you're working on, this would be the perfect time to announce that.
Definitely visit a maid cafe. If you're in Southern California, there's no shortage of maid cafes here. Should I start that over? Give it a try. I know it seems cringe and like weird. You know, it's like, oh, it's American version of Hooters or Japanese version. It's not. It's usually
very
family
different,
friendly.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Just give it a try. And I think same goes for cosplay. If you're nervous, just do it. No one cares. You can really just blend into the crowd if that's what makes you feel comfortable.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I guess, I don't know, I kind of go all over. I'll stay on Instagram where I go. I don't want to say my handle because it's embarrassing, but
All right.
Whoop. Here I come.
samuwuxd.
Okay, so for those that are watching and don't know who you are or who you're cosplaying, could you sort of explain who you're cosplaying and who you are
Yes.
as well?
Hi. Hello, my name is hamu.cotton and I am a cosplay YouTuber and influencer. I do lots of dancing, singing, cosplay makeup, also vlogging, and I also do YouTube streams, so please check them out.
She's also an amazing dancer. Yeah. Very good.
Thank you. Ajamas.
The theme of this interview is that I wrote a few questions and I asked ChatGPT to write a few questions. At the end, I'll ask you how many questions you think are made by AI and how many of them are written by myself.
Okay.
Right, gotcha.
Okay. Wow.
The first question I have for you is, what is the moment when you knew your favorite anime character of all time became your favorite anime character? So like, who's your most favorite anime character? Like in the world. And then when was that moment that they became that
The
favorite anime?
moment when he showed up on the second episode. No, the first episode of second season. Yeah.
Was there anything that character did that you really stuck with you?
I simply like blonde characters. And I was like, blonde.
I like that. I love the honesty. Yeah. What was the hardest decisions to make between 2 or more cosplays? Which characters did you end up choosing? So did you ever have like a moment where you had like 2 cosplays or more, and it's like, I want to cosplay these characters, and it's really hard for me to pick, and then which character did you end up choosing?
So that's a tough question because that just happened to me 2 days ago, and I just decided to do both.
When you can't choose one, do both, right?
どうしよう. But if I were to choose, so it was which one was it? So it was ちょっと待ってね. My brain not working right now.
Okay, take your
Trying
time.
to remember my lineup. I also did 2 cosplays yesterday too, so I'm like,
Yeah. That's
what
a lot.
did I do the first day? Bocchi and Kobeni.
Bocchi and Kobe?
Yeah. So I ended up deciding with Kobeni because Bocchi, I love her, but her wig is so long.
Oh,
It tangles so much. And she has a really long jacket as well.
Right.
Actually, very hot.
Right, especially when you're inside with a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't
That's why I was
help.
like, Botchi, I love you. But I'm sorry, you're gonna be Botchi again. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right, my next question is, what techniques or materials did you use for this cosplay, and that you're particularly proud of?
So the technique I used for this was you hold a mouse and you click on it, right click on it, because you purchase online. So I think I'm the most proud because I unfortunately had to put in my dad's card number, not mine.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
I
just kidding.
understand.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't make my papa pay. No. Papa Cotton is his. Yeah, but I did have to put in, unfortunately, my own card. So I'm very proud that I used my own skill and my own money to right click.
That's a skill too. A lot of people don't know. Clicking, that can get really difficult. Yeah.
It's even harder to click in your numbers.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Your heart hurts every time you click something.
Your soul slowly it melts away, every number. Yeah. All right. What do you think makes this character's design or personality stand out compared to other characters?
When I first saw her character design, she's a twin tail.
Right.
So usually that's like Genki character. So I was thinking like, oh, is she like a Genki and she's also elf?
Right.
And sometimes elves are like, they're really energetic, and she's a twin tail, so I was like, oh, I guess she's gonna be really energetic and happy and everything, but she's so quiet.
Yeah.
And another thing is that she's the same voice actress as Anya.
Right, yeah.
Which made it
very
worse
surprising.
because I thought, oh, even more energetic.
Yeah.
No, it was the complete opposite, so I think that's what really made it stand out to me at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like that answer. If you could step into this character's world for a day, what would you want to experience or do?
Food.
Food? The food? Yeah.
Food. And I wanna go through Free Ren's collection and see what she has.
Like all the books, all the spells and potions.
All the weird spells and potions she has. Interesting.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And sleep. Ooh, be woken up by friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice. What personal qualities do you feel you share with this character, and how does cosplaying them embrace that connection?
So this morning I was doing filming for this character, and the reason why I decided morning is because Free Ren is always tired, always sleepy, she's always hungry, and so that's that part I was like, that is me.
Gotcha. I like that. What was your first convention in cosplay like versus what it's like now?
Like the experience. The very first cosplay experience was in Anime Expo as Hatsune Miku.
Oh.
Very basic. But it was very tough, like wig slipping, legs, feet hurt from the heels and stuff, and
I bet.
Heavy bag and everything. You don't know what to bring, so you just decide to bring everything.
Oh, right, yeah, I bet, yeah.
Yeah, but now, same twin tail as Miku, but now I know how to handle it. Wig not slipping, learn my lesson and try not to wear too much heels for a long time, and take breaks. Stay healthy.
My final question for you is, what do you do for a living to support your cosplaying?
Thankfully, cosplaying.
Cosplaying to cosplay.
Content creating. Yeah.
All right. That is my only questions for you. This is the perfect time for you to sort of kind of announce any big projects you have, or talk about like any ongoing next convention you'll be at, that kind of stuff. If you want to say any final thoughts, this is the time for that.
Got it. When will this be uploaded?
Probably in a month, like February.
In a month, okay, yeah. February. じゃあ、どうしようかな. I think, can you come back to me later? Because I don't know if it's okay to announce. This. Hi.
How many questions out of the questions I asked, how many do you think were AI and how many do you think were written by myself?
This is a mean question because I already don't remember what you asked.
Like not the questions themselves, but how many, like the number of questions. Like, do you think 4 of them, 5?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. How many did you even ask?
I asked 8.
8? Oh wow, I answered a lot of questions.
Yeah.
No wonder why I'm brain dead right now.
Fair.
なんだろう。all of them sounded really like.
Right?
なんだろう。
Yeah. When I was writing these questions, I asked ChatGPT, and then they wrote the questions. I'm like, oh my god, these are really good questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I don't write as good of question quality as this, it's gonna be like my
pressure on
too
you.
obvious. Yeah.
どれだろう So it was 8だから、じゃあ I wanna say 5 of them.
5?
うん。
Final answer?
怖い。
Are you sure?
4?
4? Final answer? Final answer? Okay.
4 is my favorite number.
4?
I'll go with 4.
All right. Well, you're perfectly correct. Actually, it's half and half on this one. Actually, the questions I wrote that were AI generated were.
Why?
Yeah, it is scary. No, because the questions are really good.
Yeah. すごい。怖い。
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Whenever you guys take the time to actually watch the videos, one, it shows that you guys really appreciate the content that I'm making. And so it means a lot to me that you guys are going out of your way to watch my videos, as well as two, you guys find enjoyment in what I do. And so I'm glad whenever you guys are able to click on this video and take the time to actually watch the video. I want to apologize real quick about 2 things. One being I actually had to cut an entire interview from the video. Mainly it's for time's sake. I am really apologetic about it. I will do my best to make short form content with the interview that I cut, but unfortunately it was all due to time, and that just so happened to be the interview that got cut. And also, this video is actually coming out like a month later than we had originally intended, because there were a lot of things that were happening behind the scenes, and unfortunately because of that, it made this video come out later than it probably should have. But you know, things all got sorted out and now this video is out. This section alone, the outro, is probably the part that took the longest, mainly because there were a lot of things that happened and there were a lot of outros that were actually taken. There's so many. There was one where I took it almost immediately after ALA. Then I got sick for about a month. Then I got recovered, and then I did a bunch more takes, and there were things that needed to be updated, things I needed to talk more about, and now we're at this point where this is getting filmed very late into the video. Another thing I want to preface, by the way, is the fact that there are actually 2 minors in the video, and at the time I had no idea, and it's not a big deal because I don't ask any weird questions, and I never would. I would never ask my interviewees questions that make them uncomfortable. So you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. That being said, I did have permission from their legal guardians that they can be in the video and whatnot, but chasing people down and making sure that everything is okay it's quite difficult, and going forward, I'm probably going to start asking people what their age is, just because going through that entire extra process is quite a lot. This next section I want to actually dedicate to the people I met offline, and not so much the people that I've interviewed, but I just wanted to talk about them anyways. Starting off in no particular order, of course, is Kaho Shibuya. The thing about Kaho Shibuya is I know about her because of Trash Taste, and I've seen a few podcasts. I've seen the episodes, especially with her in them, and I've always enjoyed her as a guest, so I really got to know who she was because of that. And also, just seeing all of her cosplay is phenomenal. She puts a lot of work into them and a lot of thought into them as well. And she's just very down to earth. I initially missed my chance to meet Kaho during AX. I actually way overdid that video with so many interviews, and it was my first ever video and my first time ever doing something like that. So I was really sad that I missed her that time. But you know, life is interesting in some ways, and in a sort of way, I was able to see her at ALA, which I had no idea she was going to be at. So I'm glad that I met her. I'm glad that that all went well. And yeah, she's great. She's, if you ever get the chance to meet her, I really recommend meeting her and talking to her. The next person I want to talk about is John Marco. John Marco asks, is his Instagram handle. I don't know if that's his handle in other social media platforms, but that is the one that I know him for. He interviewed me for a Instagram short, and it's been kind of going around, and I see it, and my friends send it to me and whatnot. So it's been kind of cool being the interviewee and not the interviewer for a change. I stand by what I said in that video. I'll link that below, but I very much do like beach episodes, and I know that they are notorious for having all those fan shots and whatnot, but at least in that context, it makes sense because they're at the beach. And the part that got cut from that interview is the fact that I talked about my favorite beach episode being the Bocce the Rock episode. There's nothing weird about that. It's just friends hanging out at the beach, and I like seeing that. And I like seeing the ocean, like I mentioned. So that was part of it, as well as him just being a very down-to-earth guy, very nice and whatnot. And I really much enjoy the content that I've been seeing from him on my feed and whatnot. So definitely check him out. I'll link not just the video that I'm in, but also just his socials as well. Next, and certainly not least, is Yujin from Cisna Art. The funny thing about Yujin is that we actually, my brother and I met her at Anime Expo Chibi, and she's a very cool individual and whatnot, but she was actually not able to make ALA for a lot of unfortunate reasons. One of those reasons being the fact that she forgot her green card before going to Korea. So coming back was very tough for her. Since she couldn't make the trip back for ALA, she had a very fun graphic, and I don't know if my brother has a picture. I unfortunately do not, but I had a really good fun kick out of it, and in her stead, her friends ran the booth. But the person that we actually ended up talking to a lot at the booth, they were all very chill, very cool. Tal in particular was the person we talked to very often during ALA, during that 4-day event. And you know, he was just one of those people in life where he and us, we just kind of clicked instantly. And so meeting him was also quite a blessing. So thank you so much to them as well for making ALA a very great experience. If you haven't checked out Cisna Art, you're missing out on really good art as well. Her talent is immeasurable, and there's no one else that really does her type of art style that I know of. So I think she really deserves all the credit that she can get, as well as you guys checking out her art as well. Last and certainly not least is Sai, who is the head of the Asayoda Maid Cafe and the owner. She's very energetic. I think if you look up the definition of extrovert, I'm very confident that her picture is there, because she's a lot of fun. She's very funny, very energetic, like I said. And wow, it's just when you think that you couldn't possibly have more fun conversations, somehow you get into more and more conversations with her, and it's just more and more fun every time. So we had a lot of great conversations, my brother and I, with her. We have some things that we're kind of hoping that we can do in the future. One of those things will probably embarrass the hell out of my brother, and I won't go into details about that, but I'm looking forward to it as well. But if you ever do get the chance to see the Asayoda Maid Cafe, not only as a maid cafe, but as just for their performances as well, because they actually have original music and whatnot and original choreography. Please do check them out. They're very great. They're all really down to earth. They work really hard. It shows in their performances, and it shows in their effort as well. And if you do ever get the chance to check out the Maid Cafe as well, I definitely recommend it. The next convention actually I'm going to is Level Up Expo in Las Vegas. It's been that much more ahead in time. Like, we're that much more ahead in time. I've already gone to Anime Impulse, and it's March right now, so that's crazy. There's really nothing else I want to say. I have a few ways I want to do content going forward with interviews and whatnot. I thought that this theme of the AI versus myself, those questions were really, it was a cool theme. And I have some more themes I want to do with my interviews instead of just asking questions for the sake of asking questions. So that's probably what you can expect from me going forward. I want to put more of a theme to the questions I ask, as well as diversifying my content. As of right now, I do not have my first piece of the cosplay I'm doing in July for Anime Expo. Once that comes together, I'll start filming it shortly and putting it all together, like filming the process of getting the cosplay together and everything, because this will be my first ever cosplay. So I'm very excited. I won't say what it is, I'll kind of shock you guys with the results and also the stuff I plan to do with all that. But yeah, besides that, I do have nothing else left to say. Please be sure to check out everyone and anyone that I've mentioned and everyone that has been part of the interviews as well. And well, as I always say, remember to be kind to others, your friends, your family, but most importantly, yourself. And I'll see you guys next time.